Hey y'all! Dusty and I visited Lanett, Alabama after our Passaquan exploration in Georgia. Lanett, Alabama is a small southern town near the Georgia state line. And where we went was one of the most unique and emotional grave sites you'll ever come across. It looks like a playhouse, and it is, but it's also something much more. This is the resting place of 4-year-old Roselind Nadine Earles, and the heartbreaking story behind it is one you won't forget. Nadine Earles was born April 3, 1929, to Julian and Alma Earles. The family lived right here in Lanett, not far from the banks of West Point Lake, a place still popular with boaters and fishermen to this day. But Nadine's life wasn't easy. She was born with a cleft palate, and from a very young age she spent countless hours in doctor's offices, often passing the time playing with her beloved dolls. Her mother, Alma, worked with her day and day to help her speak clearly. In 1931, Nadine's little brother Comer was born, and like any big sister, she adored him. In the summer of 1933, Nadine had her first surgery in Atlanta to help correct her condition. A second one was scheduled for November, but what Nadine wanted most, more than anything else, was a life-size dollhouse in her backyard. Her father Julian promised he would build it for her when he had time off work. He even started buying materials to begin construction. But before the second surgery could happen, Nadine got sick. At first, doctors thought it was measles, but eventually it was diagnosed as diphtheria, a dangerous illness at the time, even though a vaccine had been developed just a decade earlier. The Earls' home was quarantined. Visitors couldn't come in. And Julian tried to start building the Playhouse, but the sound of the tools disturbed Nadine in her fragile state, so he stopped. Her parents gave her life-sized dolls and a tea set early, a kind of early Christmas gift. But Nadine hadn't forgotten what she really wanted. As her health declined, she looked at them and said something that would haunt them for the rest of their lives. "Me want it now." Just a few days later, on December 18, 1933, Nadine passed away. She never got to see her playhouse, not in her backyard anyway. Her father, devastated that he hadn't finished it, dismantled what he had begun and brought the pieces to Oakwood Cemetery. With help from 2 contractors and his close supervision, Julian had the playhouse rebuilt, this time not as a toy, but as a mausoleum, a permanent home for his little girl. It was finished several months later. Nearly a century later, people still come to visit. They leave dolls, stuffed animals, and flowers. Some say they can feel her presence there. Others just stop to admire a father's love, frozen in time. It's hard not to feel something standing here. This isn't just a grave, it's a promise fulfilled, and a reminder that even in sorrow, there can be beauty. If you're ever near Lanett, Alabama, take a detour. Stop by Oakwood Cemetery. Pay your respects to little Nadine, and remember, some places don't just tell stories, they feel like them. Be sure to stay tuned for next week's video where I'll share one of the weirdest museums we've ever been to. In the meantime, get out there and explore the world your way.